Okay, let's do. I was going to say roundels, but then no. Let's just do the roads, in general. I mean, what?
No, well, let's do the promenade first. Let's do the promenade first. Okay. So in terms of the promenade, we're getting to the stage where we'll be signing off everything to do with the promenade. In other words, the defects are being sorted.
It's not finished.
Which bits are not finished?
Well, there's still temporary bus stops and where all those motorbikes when they park a bit long. Problem, no one ever uses it. I understood that was going to be reallocated to normal parking, things like that. I mean,
no, you're right. So the major bulk of the work, the one that the contractor was responsible for, is being signed off, and then we've got other funds. So as it happens, I'm going to a hotel along the promenade to talk about bus stops because the Regency Hotel. I hope he doesn't mind me marking. He always says, I think when he phones me in on Manning Line where he's from, I'm going to see the Regency Hotel with the bus director to talk about bus stops and the presentation of the bus stops, because it's not only an issue on the promenade, we've got an issue around the outside. So that's one issue. The horse tram tracks is another issue.
Oh God.
How to do with some of how to manage over the next 10 years as part of our maintenance programme some things that didn't go completely right on the promenade is another issue.
Sorry, those rails are full of water sometimes, and that can't be the right thing, surely, because that is rust presumably going to cause.
Well, to be fair, that's an issue that you're always going to have on an island. But so that's the future of the promenade. As it happens, I've given you one thing I'm doing today after I've been with you. Another thing I'm doing today is, or perhaps it's tomorrow, I think I'm meeting with the Douglas Council leader to actually take our photograph together in front of a master plan for the Douglas Promenade over the next
master plan. This is brand new, is it?
Brand new. So Douglas Borough Council officers have worked with DOI officers to come up with a master plan for their garden.
Any juicy bits you want to share?
It's about their gardens. It's about the walkway. It's about the horse trams. It's about Summerland. It's about all of those things.
You really upset Charles Gard with that whole horse tram thing. Are you going to tidy up that rough bit at the end there and put some?
Well, in his view, we should have the horse tram tracks laid down there.
But that's his view. I'm saying, what's there now? You're going to tidy it up? Is that it's just weedy grass, isn't it?
So these are some of the practical things that have come out when you actually allow officers from Douglas Borough Council and the DOI to take the lead without political direction.
You're hopeful?
So no, essentially one of their issues is that they haven't been able to do their lights properly in the gardens, and so we can sort that out as part of. That's a similar question to the one you've asked. And another one is about, to what standard their wall along the promenade on their gardens is going to be at. Because at the end of the day, people complained about the plans for the solid wall around the War Memorial, but I don't think people knew when they were complaining that was a small section to protect the assets of the tram and the War Memorial, when the rest of it is actually railings that are going to be repaired. So I'm looking forward to facing. Perhaps you can arrange this. Charles Gard and myself head to head with you.
Charles Gard, oh my God, I have enough problems there with attacking me.
I remember that, you and John Moss and Charles Gard. I remember that. I was trying to recreate that interview because I still remember that.
Anyway, on this bit, we should get you down on the prom.
Let's bring Alex Brindley along.
Are you going to picture of you cutting a ribbon on the prom or something?
Well, no, the promenade's been working.
It's signing off.
The promenade's been working. The promenade's been working. It's just at some point we've got to come back and we've got to complete where we are with the contractors and with the designers and with the public and Tynwald even with the promenade that's finished.
I know we're under time pressure here, but are you happy with the DOI now? This is, again, I said in the other interview about the Chief Minister when he said it's not fit for purpose. It's a bombshell of a thing to say, isn't it? And there has been staff changes.
Yeah.
You are the figurehead, you're the man who has to answer all the questions. Are you comfortable it's moving in the right direction, or does it need to be split as they keep talking about?
Oh no, the Chief Minister and myself agreed before I went to the DOI that I was taking forward some projects to split it. So there is an airport project in train. I've asked some questions about Heritage Rail and buses, so that's at a review stage rather than the project. The Chief Minister told the Manx public and Tynwald recently, or Keys, or I think it was in Tynwald, that his project for a capital projects unit was still being progressed and was getting quite close to fruition. Beyond that, I'm going on Manning Line with Highways Director, I should think, in December, and we'll make some announcements about highways.
So you're happy with the direction of travel?
So you've got to remember, one politician, given that my focus is on public policy, has to rely on the hundreds of civil servants around them, and
that's what I'm trying to get a feel that you think it's moving moving in the
I think
right
it's
direction?
definitely moving in the right direction. Definitely moving in the right direction. I heard you using recently, or the phrase "whipping boy," and it's not right that you have any whipping boy in any society, and there's good things.
You know how it is. People have potholes in their roads, and they just don't understand what's going on because we got all this money going in our taxes and for people with their cars, and it's not necessarily reflected in the quality of our roads outside of the TT circuit and the prom at the minute.
Well, road vehicle duty is much larger than the amount of money that's spent on maintenance in terms of the budget, point. And then it's gone down hugely. So the number of staff has gone down. There are people who are senior inside road maintenance who remember when there were 300 people working on maintenance. We now have 75 or thereabouts. The maintenance budget on top of the staffing, people remember it when it was 12 million. It's now down to 2 or 3 million. So it's hard to have the expectations. But the other thing is people also remember very fondly sort of gangs, parish gangs around the island.
The winter work schemes.
Winter work schemes, but also having gangs that knew what was going on in Onchan and gangs that knew what was going on in Ramsey. I've been up to I've been to Port St Mary, I've been to Onchan recently, and we were talking about how to take forward highways with local authorities, and it was shocking to me to learn that the local authorities didn't actually know that we do actually have 4 pairs of people who do have regional responsibility, and beginning to talk about hedgerows and gullies and footpaths and all the things that were delegated to local authorities about how we perhaps do that in the future. So I know the public's always going to have a negative feel towards the DOI. That's just part of the job because people get angry in roadworks.
But like Victoria Road, Victoria Street, and it's going. How many weeks? Was it a 12-week plan to just do this thing? It seems like
20 weeks, wasn't it?
20. I don't know. It was a lot. It seemed like I thought it was a typo, because like.
Well, in a way, they're allowing for Christmas and the New Year, and and also you've got to be rational about this. They never know what they're going to find under the ground when they dig up in Douglas because the plan's gone missing. One of the achievements of the DOI is we really are leaving for future generations now, accurate descriptions of what's there now. But the promenade, a lot of money was spent on actually dealing with things that turned up in Victoria Street we knew would be the same.
Last question: yes or no? You in it for the long-term DOI? Staying with the minister?
I hope to be there in 4 years' time. And I hope DOI's got a much higher ranking and reputation with the Manx public. People come first, customer come first. I respect the staff at DOI and I hope to work with them to keep the people happier at least.